Button. I'm so excited. This is going to be an awesome show
Awesome.
today, guys. Shanae, you bringing energy today? You bringing energy today?
Yeah, yeah. I'm ready to answer questions and, you know, have fun with the audience, answer their questions, and hopefully teach them something in the process.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be fun, guys. If you're just now signing in, let us know what city, what state you're signing in from. Feel free to let us know a little bit about you in the comments. We want to hear your questions. I have a great mind on my show today. Shanee Moret, if you don't already know her, she has close to 1 million followers on LinkedIn and doing great things. And one of the things I really appreciate about what Shanee does, she's really on top of her game with her research. She is constantly researching about the marketplace all the time. So you're going to get the most relevant, up-to-date data today on today's show. So I look forward to our conversation. Welcome to the show, Shanee.
Thank you so much for having me, Rollis. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. It's one of those things where when I introduce you, my introduction doesn't have to be long because a lot of times results speak for themselves. And so all I have to say pretty much is that you have almost 1 million followers. It's like, yeah, I don't need to explain much more than that.
That's funny. But yeah, people are always like, "What, on LinkedIn?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
on
exactly.
LinkedIn." It's funny.
Okay, so let's do this. We're going to talk about growing our network today. And we're growing our network. Everybody wants to know how I can get from where I am, point A, wherever we are, to point B, wherever that is for you. Like, let us know in the comments, what's your goal? How do you want to grow your network? Whether that is, contacts in the business industry, clients, network for as far as your career. Let us know what your goal is. Robert, good to see you. Robert Barry's here. Rob's here, Shanae.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
So what's your top tip? I want to start. What's your top? Bring the fire to me. What's your top tip on what's step one? If I'm at point A and I want to get to point B in terms of growth, what's one of the things I should be doing first to grow my network?
Okay. Well, it depends like what you want from it, right? So if you're looking for profits, right? If you want to grow your network because you want to be able to serve as many clients as possible, then it's really about just knowing who you need to connect with. So who is your client? How would they self-identify on LinkedIn in terms of like their title? Like a lot of the people that we serve are founders or coaches and things like that. So it's really identifying who they are and then engaging with them. I feel like people are often in the beginning, especially too quick to connect. But I like to engage before I connect. So you can endorse their skills. You could just, engage on their content. I feel like a lot of people, they talk about value, but they forget that one of the most valuable things you can do for anyone is actually engage with their content, whether that be like it, comment, share, and then build that relationship. If you're just looking for numbers, then it's just doing the development of that. So I don't know the limits now. I heard they lessened it, but when I started, the limit on LinkedIn for connecting was about 100 people a day, and it's just about looking at the data. So if you if you request 100 people and only like 30 are accepting, that's really low acceptance rate. So if you go too low, you'll get flagged and then you'll get limited. But it's all about changing your message, right? Maybe you're not engaging enough beforehand. Maybe your message just is not as good as it should be. You sound like a robot. And then just seeing how high you could bring that ratio for acceptance so that every time you send 100 instead of 30 accepting, you get 70 that accept or more.
Makes sense. I want to touch on that first part you mentioned, which I think is very key, and that is the goal, right? So give me an examples of if the goal is to, let's say, grow in my career versus, let's say, grow my business, how would that affect how I'm growing my network, let's say, on LinkedIn?
I would start connecting with the decision makers who could hire you. It's pretty instead of the decision makers that could pay you as like a client, or a partnership like that. It's really just thinking about who can pay you that would need your skills. And so that could be like the founder of a small startup, or it could be the hiring manager of a big company. But just connecting with all of those key players when you get to hiring managers and stuff, they are probably aware of why you want to connect. So then you really have to differentiate yourself. We found that if you create video content and you do it consistently, that the rate of acceptance is higher, because they could actually see your real person and see a little bit about what you're about, really, your energy before accepting.
I love that. Makes sense. And another thing you mentioned too, you talked about engagement, right? And so just so I want to make sure that people understand when they're watching this, when you say engagement on their content, what do you mean by that?
Like going and seeing their recent like posts and seeing what they're posting, actually liking it or loving it, whatever you want to do, commenting something thoughtful that would spark them to reply, because anyone can comment like, hey, this post is great, but actually commenting something thoughtful could differentiate yourself. And even maybe sharing something relevant to them in the messages, or just saying, hey, I really appreciated your last post, it taught me XYZ, whatever. People like to be recognized for the time and energy they put into content. So, that's just a basic thing that you could do. And then also seeing their activity. So if they're not posting that much content, but you see that they're pretty active, commenting and replying on wherever they're commenting. So, that's another way that you could get somebody's attention.
Absolutely. And so when you said that about, engaging on their content because it makes them feel good, I was like, yeah, this is how I feel when I see someone who wants to engage with my content first before they actually connect with me. I feel like that right there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's true, though. I feel like the number one thing that you have to, and I think it's something that's differentiated me. I've always thought about, how is this going to make my network feel? So when I create something, I'm always thinking about that. When I send a message, I'm always thinking about that. Like, how is this going to make them feel? Because at the end of the day, we like to pretend that we're so logical and stuff, but 90% or more of buying decisions, of major decisions in life, are made based on emotions. So if you're not making your network feel something, then you're missing out on a tremendous opportunity to connect with them.
Ooh, that's key.
And to get paid by them.
That's key right there. I love that. In fact, I just want to see what the audience thinks. Oh yeah, they like it. They like it. I like it too. So guess what? We got Angela Davidson. She's coming in from New Zealand. She got up at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, she wanted to see your show. So welcome, Angela.
That's amazing. I appreciate that.
We have Pamela from Paducah, Kentucky is on. Good to see you, Pam.
I have to give it to Instagram, though. I have to give it to Instagram. The one place that they're beating LinkedIn is we can't add Angela right now, and she can't ask a live questions.
Oh, right.
Yeah, LinkedIn's got to step up on that. Angela, I would love to engage with my community live.
Yeah, Angela, put some questions in the comments, Angela. We'll try and answer any questions you have, but you're right. I wish they would do that. And then also,
right?
Go ahead.
No, I just said right. Like,
exactly.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a platform to network and really to engage and to learn from people. And that's a huge key that's missing: live interaction.
Awesome. And we got Sarah. Sarah's here too. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Okay, so I have a fun question for you. You ready? Ready for my first one?
Yep.
Okay, guys in the audience, I want you to participate with me. So we're going to do marketing. We're going to talk about marketing, but we're also doing some fun stuff too, because we want to make this fun and interesting. Okay, my first one is a food question. And my first question is, I don't know if you can fully see this, but would you rather eat curry chicken in India or Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Okay, why'd you pick Jamaica?
I love Jamaican food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Jamaican food. Yeah, I think like oxtail and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, like I love Jamaican food 100%.
Shanee, I cannot believe you just said oxtail. That is literally my favorite Jamaican food ever. My wife knows this.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, I think the spicing is a little bit different or something, but maybe because it's from my grandparents, like, my half of my family is Cuban, half of my other family is Puerto Rican. So it's very similar. It's different completely, but it's almost similar Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So maybe that's why I vibe with it more, but definitely Jamaican.
Awesome. So Basudev has a question. He says, one liner. He says, for key to improve your network, my network is 10K. I'm not sure if I understand that 100%, Basudev. Maybe you can help me a little bit more with your question. But yeah, 10K is actually fairly doable. But you just gotta. I love what Shanee said, which is what following their content, right? Looking at what they're posting and engaging with that.
Yeah, I feel like, when it comes to growth, a lot of the times people just they think that it's just posting content or like doing whatever and then expecting other people to come. A lot of the times what differentiates one from another is also the development of that content. So two people could have very similar kind of products, but one could be a far better promoter of the product, the same product, and do a lot better in terms of growth and sales. So you don't just want to create a post, you want to spark natural engagement on that post. And especially if you don't have a big network in the beginning, you really have to engage as much as possible. The more engagement you give, the more engagement you'll get just naturally. People follow the rule of reciprocity. So when the first thing I ask people when they're like, oh, my post isn't getting enough engagement, it's like, how much are you engaging with other people?
Ooh, that's powerful right there. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So I have another question for you, because since you gave it a little mark, that was another marketing goal you just gave us. So I have to ask you another question here.
Sure.
Now, would you rather go with the icebreaker question or another would you rather?
A would you rather?
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go with powers. Okay. Would you rather be able to walk through walls or breathe underwater?
Walk through walls or breathe underwater? I would probably say walk through walls. I don't know where it would serve me better, but I feel like that could be very useful. Even though breathing underwater would be really cool too. It's a tough one.
It would be. You could be like Aquaman, basically. That's true.
That's a great question. I'd probably pick walk through walls though.
Well, you know what? If you heard Liv was in trouble, you could just run in there real quick. You didn't have to worry about doors. You just walk right through the wall. Yeah,
I feel like it would just be far more useful.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. I'm curious. We're gonna see.
Yeah, what do you guys choose?
Basudev says he's gonna go for breathing underwater. Now you need to let us know why too, Basudev.
I can see why that's. I mean, that could be extremely useful as well, especially if you're in a dangerous situation.
He also says he loves jerk chicken, so he likes Jamaican food too. He also says he has 10K already. He's looking for what to do next. So he's reached 10K. Okay. What to do next? What would you say?
So every single time you hit a plateau, you just have to kind of audit what you've been doing and what you can do differently. So you just kind of have to look at, what are you doing? Are you doing enough videos? I don't know if you're posting videos. If you're not posting videos, you have to start posting videos. If you're not doing lives, you got to start doing lives. You have to do whatever is missing to disrupt the plateau and to get to the next level.
I like that.
So it's just about auditing and then also audit the engagement that you're giving, because as we grow, it's just natural tendency to fall back on engagements a lot of time or whatever. So really just look at that. Okay, how much time am I engaging with others a day? How much content am I putting out? What are the types of content and things like that?
One of the things, yes, and also one of the things you coach me on is you coach me on variability of my content, like not having the same stuff. And you also told me to look, when I'm doing my auditing, to look at what people are vibing with, because there may be some things that I'm posting that I kind of like, whatever, but it's just not vibing with my audience.
Right. And that's like a golden rule, I would say, of just growing your network, is you really have to take your ego out of the whole process. And you really, if there's 2 posts and you love one, but it flopped. And then there's another one that you were just like, eh, but like your audience loves it. You really have to double down on whatever message or style is in the one that your audience loves, because if you don't keep giving them what they want, they'll go and give their attention to somebody else.
True. That's real talk. So one other thing too that I learned is that because I'm in that 21-day challenge you're doing. That's my third time, my third go around.
I know, right?
And I'll tell you guys why.
It's going to be the 365-day challenge, but hey, consistency is the only way to. Honestly, there's no way around it.
But there were some times, Shanee, you would give us this assignment for the day, and I did not want to do it, and I kept putting it off, and I finally do it, and I was so glad I did it, because what I think may not work well ends up working extremely well. To going back to your point, so sometimes if anybody's like holding back from giving that certain post out there, they're not really sure. Would you suggest to go ahead and try it?
100%. Like you have to be. That's another rule I would say is you have to be like a serial tester. Again, you got to take your ego out of it. So you have to test like a bunch of different type of videos, a bunch of different type of posts. And then you have to really just sit back and look at the data and see, okay, this is what my network likes. These perform the best. Okay, let me do more of this style. Let me do more of what's working. But if you just do the same thing all the time, you're not going to have like variability in your testing. And you're not going to really know what your audience wants. Exactly.
Sarah says, walk through walls. You're already doing it, Shanee.
That's funny.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. She said, post about what the audience wants, but add your own touch and twist. Yeah, that's good.
100%.
I like that. Okay, I got another question for you here. I want to make sure this thing. All right, so my question is, which one of these are most likely to become irrelevant by 2041? So 20 years from now.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, or Clubhouse?
I don't know how long Clubhouse is going to last. I do think that an audio platform, it's just like, if you look at like the history of the social media apps that have like blown up, it's rarely been like the first of a space.
Ooh,
so
that's a good point.
Yeah. So Clubhouse, I love it, but the numbers are going down and I'm not sure where it's going to go. And there's a lot, it's kind of like, people love it, but there's like really big sharks around them right now. And I don't know, like Spotify, Facebook. Yeah. I mean, they don't have much more time to really double down.
Yeah, that's a good point. So like their best shot is hopefully if one of these guys buy them, probably.
Well, Twitter, I know they offered like $4 billion or something and they turned it down.
What?
I don't know. Maybe they will last. Yeah, maybe I'm not really sure. All I can say is that just statistically, the first in a space, like look at MySpace, right? The first in a space doesn't really hit big. It's usually like the second or third player that like learns from the first mistakes and then takes the market. So just statistically, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good play. So guys in the comments, what do you guys think? Which one do you think will be irrelevant by 2041? Facebook,
if
Instagram?
I had to say another one, I'd probably say Twitter. I don't like Twitter.
Oh, really? Twitter? Why don't you like Twitter?
Yeah. It's just like every time I go on Twitter, it's just like maybe it will last just because it's so negative. like it's just like literally people like bashing each other all day back and forth.
That's one thing about your brand, Shanee, that I've noticed is that your brand is really connected with positivity. Tell me why is that important to you?
It's just, I think that's number one, a great reflection of who I am. And number two, I don't think the world needs any more negativity. I think that the world needs, especially like person to person, like people are going through a lot of stuff in their life just at any day.
Yeah.
And then especially like after the pandemic, people just have been through a lot. So I don't think that they need another source of negativity in their life at all.
Yeah, I love that. In fact, I just want to see what the audience thinks, so because that is an important point. Yep, they like it too. They agree. I like that about you. That's probably one of the things that attracted to me to your brand and what you're doing. One of the things that Rob says, did someone say audit? Since he's the audit guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Me and Robert should work together to do, I mean, I'm sure like he has like an audit matrix or something for like finance or for whatever.
Yeah.
And then just plug in like LinkedIn elements to it.
He says, I'd walk through walls. I could escape annoying people.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Ashley says, wow, Robert. No, that's great. So as far as Joanne, she says, one of my bucket lists is scuba diving, but I'm afraid to do so because I don't know how to swim. But if breathing underwater would be a chance for me to see underwater, then I'd be happy to choose it. Okay, very good. Okay, I got another one for you. You want a would you rather or icebreaker?
Icebreaker, I guess.
Okay, all right. What sport, guys in the comments, I want you to do the same thing, okay? I want you to answer this too. What sport, activity, or game did you try as a kid and you just weren't good at it? You just failed at it. It just wasn't for you.
Oh, soccer. I don't have coordination.
You came with that quick.
I answered that quick. I don't have coordination at all.
Really? So what age?
I loved it. Like I love like, you know, just watching people play soccer, and I was really athletic, but the coordination was not there. Ah,
yeah. What age were you at when you tried it?
Middle school, high school, you know, just that I tried it, but it was just terrible. So I went with a swimming instead. And that's a good sport. You don't really need that much coordination for swimming, and it's a different coordination, I would guess. And
it's great for the body because my wife, she's into training and all that. She does Pilates and all that. She said swimming because it affects so many parts of your body because you're moving so many parts of your body. Yeah, because of the resistance of the water. Yeah. And it's really good. But I don't know. I saw the cool soccer tricks and stuff. The coordination's not there. Yeah. So we got lots of people came in. Ashley says skateboarding for her. That wasn't her thing.
Skateboarding. Oh my gosh.
Rob says baseball.
I tried that a little bit.
What's that?
I tried that a little bit. But skateboarding is just, I don't know, like just after you hit the concrete a couple of times, you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Rob says it was baseball for him. She says he was terrible at it. Dr. Rosina Malaska, good to see you. She says basketball. And Basudev says hockey. He says he's afraid of getting hit by the ball or puck, I guess. Oh my God. Awesome. Philip says 25. What is that? I'm trying to think. What is he talking about when he says 25?
I don't know.
Maybe it was the age. Okay. All right. This is a never have I ever. Okay. So now before you answer this, I want you to pause because I want guys in the audience, I want you to tell me whether you think Shanee has or has never done this. Okay. So never have I ever drank pickle juice. Okay, but you can't say whether you have or not. So guys in the comments, do you think that Shanee has ever or has never drank pickle juice? Let me know what you think. By the way, Sarah says ice skating. Terrible at it. I love soccer and throwing some hoops. Okay, I have a question for you. You and your sister. It's just one sister you have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that when you and your sister were growing up that you used to play as a game that you enjoyed it so much you taught it to live?
No. I don't think so. Not yet. No, it'd probably be like Monopoly or something, but Liv's too young for that still.
Oh yeah, I love Monopoly. That's like one of my favorite games. Okay, Ashley says, I love pickle juice, and she has tried it. Rob says never. Basudev says she has. Dr. Rosina Malas says it's never. Ruella. Hey, Ruella, she's coming in from England. She's watching us from the UK. Yeah.
That's awesome.
She says never. Philip's like in Ireland or somewhere, isn't he? Yeah, where are you from, Philip? Philip's he's somewhere overseas. So glad to have you here. She says, Ashley says, I refused to skate. I broke my wrist at a church event. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all in suspense. I want to know.
No, I've never done that.
You never had pickle juice? Are you serious?
No.
Oh man, I would have guessed that for sure. Wow. Okay, I was totally wrong on that one.
Sorry to disappoint people.
Okay, I got one more for you. Guys, I want you to, in the comments, I want you to guess on this one too. First, in the comments, I want you to tell me whether you have or you've never, and I want you to guess on Shanee's, okay? So Shanee, never have I ever made a duck face while taking a selfie.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, see, you weren't supposed to tell me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we were doing that again. Okay, but yeah, I have.
That's okay,
I
guys.
Feel like
in the comments,
everyone
let me know.
has, Rollis.
What's that?
Maybe I feel like a lot of like I feel like everyone has in the past like 4 years or something.
Probably. I don't think I've ever done duck face. Is that kind of more of a female thing? Because I don't think guys do it too much, do they?
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of guys.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, look, Ashley says we all have.
We all have. That's funny.
Ruella says, "What's a duck face?" Like, let's do a duck face for Ruella.
It's
let's do this.
Where you like yeah, it's like where you like look serious, but like you're kind of I don't know. I need a camera to do it.
I know it's hard to do without the camera.
You gotta like it has to be a selfie, or else it's just weird.
I know. Something like that. I don't know. I can't even do it now. Okay, so I got another would you rather question for you, and then we're gonna do some marketing for sure, guys. So don't give up on me. I'm just having too much fun right now. 1 second. All right.
That's funny.
Would you rather be able to see the future of yourself? Why is this not showing me? 1 second. It's not showing my screen. Would you rather be able to see the future of yourself or of your daughter 20 years from now, but you can't see the other, either one or the other?
Oh, wow. I'd probably choose to see her.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know. I feel like I'd just be more curious to see her.
Okay. All right, cool.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I have a good sense of where I'm going. So I would want to see hers more. I have less control over what she does, maybe. So I'd want to see. Right.
Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to see where Philip says he. Where are you, Philip?
That's a good question, though. That's interesting.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Philip, where are you signed in from? I think it's overseas. I want to say it's Ireland, but I'm glad you're here. Okay.
I think Philip's in the UK.
He's in the UK?
Yeah.
Glad you're here, Philip. Okay, let me ask you this: what is the one thing that you've seen as you just go through your feed? What's kind of a mistake that you see, and then what is it that you see that impresses you? Either one of those two, when you go through your own feed.
A mistake that I see is that people are just like all they do is talk about like statistics or analytics and stuff. Like they really never try to be vulnerable or connect with their audience emotionally. That's like one of the biggest mistakes that I see.
Ooh.
And like your audience and maybe they do it because they feel like that's how they can connect with people on LinkedIn, but again, like your prospects on LinkedIn are human, and there's still a lot of their major decisions that over 90% are driven by emotion. So it's like they're using analytical material to try to engage with their emotional side, and it's just like not working. So that's one of the biggest mistakes I see. And something that impresses me is consistency. So if I see somebody do videos consistently or just go live consistently, like consistency is what impresses me, because it's easy to create content for a week or whatever. It's not easy to do it for several months or years. So
I like that.
That's what impressed me.
I like that one right there. I'm curious if with the audience. Yep. They're apparently liking it as well. Yeah, I agree. And that was something I had to work on. That's something, frankly, that your program has taught me, is to put more of the emotion into it. Because I've shared some somewhat kind of personal, emotional things I would not have normally shared. And they were some of my best performing posts, about not getting picked, past failures, things like that. So I want to thank you for that.
Welcome.
Yeah. So Philip, he says it's actually Scotland, UK.
Oh, Scotland. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Rosina, she says myself, I have more control of me. I'm trying to think what question. Oh, that's right. She wanted to see her own future 20 years from now. That's right.
See her own future.
Got it. Sarah says yes, creating human connection. So she liked the point you made about the emotions. That's so true. You know, one of the things that I can say is that sometimes one well-told story is worth more than probably 10 statistics. Would you say?
Oh, 100%. And it's proven too. Like they've done multiple studies where they've compared messaging that was like analytical, messaging that kind of combined, numbers and stories, and then messaging that just was like story based to see which one would generate the most revenue. And it's always the stories that does better in producing like either donations or sales or whatever. And in the beginning, they thought it would be actually the mix of both, but it's the stories that do better when you look at the data.
That's why the movie business is so big, right? Because I mean, that's what they did. Yeah. They're telling stories.
Well, look at Disney.
There you go. Yusama, he says, y'all are awesome. So he thinks you're awesome, Shanee.
Thanks,
I think you're pretty awesome too.
What's up?
Okay, I got one from memory. So if you were offered, guys in the comments, I want you to tell me what you guys think. If you were offered the most amazing experiences for the year, however, you would have no memory of those experiences at the end of the year, would you take me up on that offer? Think about it. It's the most amazing experience you've ever had. It's just going to be sheer, just great activities for an entire year. But at the end of the year, you would have no memory of what happened. Would you take me up on it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Why?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, even if you don't remember it, maybe you have skills that have developed from, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I think that would be valuable.
Absolutely.
Like people that let's say you're a doctor or something. If you lose your memory, that doesn't mean that you don't have the skills a lot of times. You just don't remember that you were a doctor.
That's a good point. You could maybe get a refresher, some kind of like shortened form course. You just probably don't know. Oh, wow, I can do this. Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Where did I get that from?
No, that's an interesting question. I mean, I had, there's a lot of people that have dementia and stuff too. So, I mean, I think that's so sad because they forget their families. But I think that there's skills and stuff that you still have from it.
Someone, when I asked that question to someone, they told me that they would like put little clues in little places to help them.
They're like trying to cheat. That's funny.
So like, that's pretty good thought.
Yeah, that wasn't the question.
And I've had some people tell me, look, flat out, no, if I can't remember it, if I don't get the memories, I don't want to do it. I've actually had several people tell me that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would see value in that answer too.
So actually, Rob says that. Rob says, no, memories are the best. So he would not take me up on the offer. Philip says stats are my favorite, though. He says Philip loves the stats. Rosina says, totally agree, Ross, but then I'm a nurse, so all for the human touch. Yeah, she is definitely all for the human touch. She's amazing. And she said, yes, she would take me up on the offer. Sarah says, statistics is a prediction of reality. It can never be 100% representative. Stories are a reality, and 100% represents your experience. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Sarah's a good writer. She does like a lot of her text is writing. She does a lot of writing. So this brings me to my next question. What if you're someone who you're more into writing and you like to do more written text? What are your suggestions for that person? Should they still try video? Should they really just double down on the writing skills? I mean, what would you suggest?
I would say they should still do video. I mean, they have to kind of understand that video requires words, right? So if you're a good writer, if you're a good writer that has a lot of posts, all you have to do is literally go through your posts and see which ones have performed the best, and you could say the exact same thing in a video. And that it'll perform really well too.
Yes.
It's just how you deliver it. Like if you look like you're miserable and bored, then that's gonna like affect the energy of the video. But if you just are calm and look positive, if you just convey that same message that you've had in written posts that have done well, then you have like a, you have an edge, because you already know that your network is, that they like that topic or whatever.
This is from all the people who like writing what you just said, because I think it's so
yeah, it's less work, right? It's less work for them. Like, that's another thing. If you have some posts, you don't have to start from ground zero. You could repurpose posts. So if you do have a lot of writing posts or written posts, turn them into videos. If you have a lot of videos, you could turn them into, slide shares or images like graphics or writing. So you could repurpose one post for a lot.
Oh, that's great. Now, just like I was telling you earlier, I had someone else. Philip says, no, memories live forever. Rosina says exactly, similar to dementia. So she caught that point. Because she's in the field, so that really resonated with her.
Yeah.
Pam says, I've never made a duck face. Hugh McLeod, he's been on my show before. He says, always observe in the present. You can't notice in the past. You can only remember. I like that.
Right.
Do you think that sometimes we undervalue or underestimate the value of the present versus, let's say, the past or the future? What are your thoughts, Shanee?
Oh, 100%. But it's, I feel like people overvalue the past and undervalue the present and the future. So that's really what I think. If you talk to a lot of people, their focus is, I don't know why, but a lot of their focus is on the past.
I didn't anticipate my iPad like going into sleep mode every few minutes. Normally it doesn't do that. So that's why I had to grab. Sorry about that. I had to grab that. So, okay, I have another question for you. This is about being stuck.
Okay.
Guys in the comments, let me know what you think. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator or on a ski lift?
In an elevator? Probably a ski lift. Yeah, it's probably a ski lift, because in an elevator you can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially, it depends on like what floor. If it's like the second floor, it's like, okay, whatever. But if you're like on the 36th floor or something and you can't even see what's going on, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot scarier than being on a ski lift.
So for you, the visual aspect, being able to see, makes
you could if you could see something, you could react to it,
Yeah.
So if you're stuck on a ski lift, you could just kind of stay still, and maybe you could see the workers coming or whatever, they're working on it. But in an elevator, like you're just there and you don't really know what's going on.
That's true. My fear of heights was what kind of kept me from picking ski lift. I was going more towards the elevator, but I got stuck in the elevator once, and it wasn't that long, but it seemed like forever, because it's like all of a sudden I felt like, oh wait a second.
Because you can't see the people. Like, if you could have seen like, hey, the worker just got to the, I don't know, the engine or whatever, and they're gonna boot it, you would have been like, okay, they're almost there, but like you're just like waiting in the dark, basically.
Right. Well, okay, here's my fear, though. My main fear was losing air. I felt like it was just my wife and I felt like we were going to run out of air in there. And so my wife, she was obviously upset, and I was trying to be the strong one, right? And I'm not telling her that I'm scared. I'm probably scared just as much or more than she was, right? Because I was like, ooh, I hope we have enough air to breathe in here.
Oh my God, why would you say that? She's panicking. That's funny.
No, I didn't say it out loud. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. I was thinking it. I was scared. So I don't know.
Yeah, in a ski lift, you would maybe you would even have a nice view.
That's true too. Yeah, and maybe I would get over my fear of heights too during that moment. Okay, so Brian, he says, I love the idea of repurposing. He loved that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to repurpose, even like this, repurposing it into an audio, which I know Rollis, but a lot of people, they just put more work on themselves than they need to. They try to do a podcast separate from a live video, or maybe they only have 1 hour a week to dedicate to content. They could really do just like a 40-minute live, and then get 10 mini video clips or whatever, put those clips into Otter and then get those transcripts. There's a lot of ways, you know, even if you just have an hour of like time to shoot the content.
That's awesome. It's so true. And you were the one that gave me the idea to, after I do the live stream, you pull the audio out of it, yes, and you dress it up a little bit, and then you put it on a podcast. So I started doing that.
And it really helps because like now when people will search Rollis, HR Maximizer or whatever into Google, then you're like, if your podcast is up there, the SEO, like the live on a social media platform doesn't really count that much for SEO, but the SEO for like the podcast will really stay on Google, especially if you just like put some backstory, maybe link back to your website and stuff like that. It gets really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things you also put me onto, and I use it now, is Otter. By the way, Joanne, can you drop some links on that? Drop a link on that Otter so folks can try that. But anyway,
Otter is amazing.
Oh yeah, because so we drop the audio. Okay, we put it in. We put it in Otter as well. It puts a transcript out there, and then you attach the transcript to the podcast. So if someone searches something on Google, I heard something like 13 or some 30% of people find podcasts based on Google, and so they're just typing
100%.
in. Yeah. So I started doing that.
And when you're networking too, like people will say, okay, like especially if they're looking to like invest in whatever it is that you do, like your service or product or whatever, like they're gonna Google your name, and when they see like that you have videos and podcast interviews and you have like organic links to your stuff, that just really increases the credibility. So if not for anything, I feel like podcasts can really increase your credibility and just natural backlinks SEO wise.
Love that.
Organic backlinks.
Okay, now so we've inspired Sarah, I think, Shanee, because she says, "Wait for it, Rollis. My videos are coming."
Oh, awesome.
Yamini says, "Hello, everyone." Okay, I have another one for you.
Okay,
this is a would you rather. Okay, this is a random. Okay, would you rather remember everything you've learned up to this point? Okay, everything you've learned, but you can learn nothing new, or have your memory wiped clean, but you can learn an unlimited amount from now? Which one would you take? Guys in the comments, let me know what you do. Option A or option B?
I'd probably stick with what I know, because I probably know enough to, do pretty well.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Good.
If I wipe everything clean, then it's like wasting time. You got to learn everything again and make mistakes and stuff.
That's true. That's
a lot of time. So yeah, I'll stick with what I know.
Okay, guys in the comments, which one would you do? Would you go with everything you know up to now and never learn nothing new? Or would you rather have your memory wiped clean, but you can learn an unlimited amount from now? Okay, so some people already said it. Okay, let's see. Basudev says the second one. He's going to go with the second one. Rob says, wipe it.
Oh my gosh.
Philip says, wipe, unlimited from now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it like unlimited in a short amount of time, or is it you have to go through the same time to learn it?
That's a good point too. You can frame it however you want. I'm just thinking about the rest of your life. Would you rather just like learn from scratch now for the rest of your life, or you pick no?
Are you like, do you have accelerated learning, or is it just like the same amount of time but you can store more?
Those are great follow-up questions, but you have to go with what you already said. Oh goodness. So Rob says we overvalue the past. I can agree with that.
People, I don't even think if they overvalue it, they're just like over obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like they don't know how to shift their focus from the past to the present, and from the present to like envisioning like a better life. What do they need to do to take them to the future that they want? Right.
Everybody.
I feel like it's just for a large majority of society, whether it's the way they're raised or whatever, they're just kind of I don't want to maybe taught or just whatever, that like to always focus on the past. I don't know why.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Okay, you know what? But I don't want this whole hour to go by, and I didn't ask you about one of my favorite jams, which is recruiting. Okay, so
Okay.
we do quite a bit of recruitment video content, and so I just want you to give me your best tips on, if you were in my shoes and you're doing recruitment video content, what are some things that you would do or suggest an organization to do if they want to get started with videos? What should they do first, you think?
So who are they trying to get the attention of? Like other
Very good
businesses or the actual candidates?
So let's say if an organization wants to recruit some of these hard to fill positions like registered nurses or physicians, we've been using like short video vignettes to try and attract some of those people. But I want to get any of your ideas that you would have to help bring in those candidates. What would you use?
I would honestly just try to get their live feedback. So maybe create a show around it where it's like, registered nurses ask anything. Like, I don't know. And where you could just really talk to them about what it is that they want to talk about and like from them, right? Rather like where they could kind of, or maybe they could even do like an anonymous thing where they like, you're live and they like send their struggle, like I want to move to a different hospital, but blah, blah, blah. And then you could answer for them like that. And
Ooh,
you
I like
start
that.
really, if you start really like answering the questions that they want answered, you just have to find out what those questions are. And the only way you'll really find out beyond a Google search is to talk to them.
I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so Shanee, one of the folks one of my clients I'm working with, we're helping her develop a live show. It's going to start in June.
Okay.
And it's going to be where, because she recruits nurses, and we're going to make it where. And I said, look, let's do this. Let's have a show where you interview nurses, experienced ones that want to mentor new ones, and then also new people who are looking for mentorship. And so that was kind of going to be the theme. But I love what you just said about maybe having an option where they can anonymously ask questions.
Yeah, because that's the only caveat is like for real pain points, like because they may know that they may be under contract where they can't talk about certain things that happened at the previous employer, or where they just don't want to in a platform like LinkedIn and stuff. And that's understandable, where they like anonymously put in like questions, and then like for the harder stuff, and then she answers them like real.
Okay, don't be surprised, Shanee. We're going to probably do that. Don't be surprised if you see that. I love that. Okay, so Sarah brought up an interesting point about one of our earlier questions. She says she'd want to keep her memory because wiping her memory would mean losing her identity.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I didn't think about that. That's powerful, Sarah.
And memories are like all we have, basically.
Wow. Okay, Rob says you weren't ready for the follow-up questions from Shanee.
What do you say?
He says you weren't ready for the follow-up questions from Shanee. You remember when you were asking me those follow-up questions just now?
Yeah.
That's true.
That's funny.
But I usually like to say that. The reason why I don't like to try and be too like rule oriented with the questions. I like to hear the follow-up questions. I like to hear the workarounds. Yeah, I love to hear feedback.
And I feel like, Rollis, to your question on recruiters, I feel like so many, whether they're small businesses or even medium-sized businesses, they're just losing out on live shows as an opportunity to really connect with their audience and build a bond with people that could become clients and customers, or even give them like PR opportunities or maybe even partnerships, whatever. Like for me, 2021, what's for the 6 months, 7 months that's left of it and beyond, especially going into 2022, like the creators and the business owners that really are going to be the ones that differentiate are the ones that are going to be able to connect and grow a following, not just through like on-demand content, but live engagement. Right. And that's going to be, LinkedIn audio rooms are coming, whatever they're going to call them. I don't know, but I already know some people that have actually beta tested it.
Oh, wow.
The Facebook audio rooms are like going to be in the groups first. Twitter Spaces are already out, like Reddit Talks or whatever they're called. Like all audio is going to be, whether you like Clubhouse or not. I think you should be there because it's going to be a skill set. So even if Clubhouse dissolves, like the skills that I've been able to develop on Clubhouse, interacting live audio with other people, moderating a room, like it's a whole different world.
It is.
And it's almost like, it's weird. You get on there and like my first day, I was like, can I talk? Like, what's wrong with me? You don't even realize how much of a skill speaking is until you get on a platform like that. And you're like, what's wrong with me? I can't even express what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm thinking. And I know what I'm talking about. So it's weird. And you don't realize how big of an impact that can have. And so live audio, live video, just engaging live, like when you look at China, a lot of their influencers are like, they generate a ton of money with live shopping. So live shopping is eventually going to come to the US, like especially for product-based businesses. I mean, it's going to be huge. So and it's a totally different skill set. Anybody can get a script and go into a studio and kind of connect on video and then publish it whenever they want because they were feeling good that day, looking amazing that day or whatever.
Right.
But engaging and interacting with your audience live is a completely different skill set.
Amen to that.
And for the people that do it daily, like they know, like sometimes you don't feel like it. Sometimes, it's just a different vibe every day, right? So it's all about consistency. And I've seen people grow like huge businesses just because of their ability to engage live with their audience. And you gotta like kind of, it's a huge differentiator. It's the number one way that somebody could really interact with you. Obviously there's limits on LinkedIn, but see how you are in real life where they know you don't have a script. They know you didn't really edit it. It's just you, right? And I think that that's gonna be a major differentiation.
That's real talk, and I've already seen it on Amazon. I've watched some of those live streams on Amazon where they're walking you through the products and everything. And when I go on, I'm surprised at how many are actually live when I'm on there. I mean, it's just boom, 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 boom. I can look at all the
or look at Twitch. I mean, there's people that love to watch even like live video game stuff because it's like. I've never watched one, but I can imagine like from a viewer standpoint, it's cool to see how the gamer reacts to, like every situation. And it's kind of like being in like a short movie with them or whatever,
Absolutely.
And then you build your network and your audience like that. And it's like, there's no better way to grow a network, I feel, especially a network that converts into buyers than live.
Absolutely. I love that. So we had some more people. Oh, Stephanie chimed in. She says she wants the ski lift. Okay, well, I'm proud of you, Stephanie. Stephanie came up. She said, I'm going to put my answer in. So kudos to you, Stephanie. Brian says, great topic today. Thanks to Shanee. Hey, he rhymed. He said, great topic today. Thanks to Shanee. That could be a little
That's
song.
funny.
Okay. Rosina says, critical thinking outside the box, Shanee. So she liked that too. People engagement, she says, is most powerful, but then I'm a nurse, human caring connection. True, so true. And thank you. This is the last day of Nurses Week, Shanee. I don't know if you know that. This is the
really?
last. Yeah, this is so. So
awesome.
I'm gonna give a round of applause for all of our nurses, including Rosina right here. That's how we feel. Thank you, Rosina, and everybody who's a nurse out there, and actually all healthcare workers. We appreciate all of you, but thank you. Okay, I have a follow-up, a last would you rather question. Would you rather eat pizza in New York, Chicago, or Rome?
Probably Rome.
Okay, why is that?
I don't want to eat pizza in Chicago. I don't know. New York, I've already eaten pizza there, so Rome.
Okay, all right, that's all good. Yeah. So, are you familiar with the Chicago style pizza? And if so, do you even like that style? I'm curious.
No, what is it?
It's like that deep dish type pizza, and then the New York, like what you've had, is more of the thin crust.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I would just choose Rome. My sister went to Italy and she said like it's like completely different than what the Americans have uh termed as Italian food. Like they eat much lighter. They eat a lot more seafood.
I've heard
Um,
that. Yeah.
yeah, so I apparently it's like very, I would say, healthy-ish. Like even the pizza, they have like a lot of like vegetables on it and stuff. We've just created our own and called it Italian.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, everybody agrees with you, Shanae. You are either that or you started a trend. Everybody's saying Rome. I don't see anybody
Okay,
saying
cool.
New York or Chicago right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have one last question for you.
All right,
Um,
cool.
Okay. What's the one site or place that blew you away when you first saw it in person because of how tall, massive, or grandiose or impressive, either of those terms, how it was compared to how you had envisioned it?
Um, that's a good question.
And if you want to
I'd probably
trade that,
say
I
like
can.
Nepal. I've been to Nepal.
Okay, Nepal.
Um,
Tell us about it.
yeah, like it was just a lot more colorful and stuff than I had envisioned it. Uh, it's like underrated, I would say.
So you like colors?
Yeah, it's
What's your favorite color?
like the people were very nice there. Like it's just like it's a very like peaceful culture and there's a lot of rich history there. So I would say like that's a place that surprised me.
And I'm curious, what is your favorite color? I noticed your Growth Academy is red. That's why I have red for your title
Yeah, it'd
today.
probably be red. It would
Okay, is it
probably be
red?
Yeah.
Have you always liked red? Okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
red, white, black.
Do you drive a red car?
No,
Really? That surprises me. What color is your car?
gray.
Gray. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
envisioning you in a red Porsche,
No.
4-door
No.
SUV.
No.
Oh no, it's Lamborghini. You want a 4-door Lamborghini?
Oh yeah, with the 21-day challenge.
Yeah. So okay, so
Yeah.
a red Lamborghini 4-door.
No, not red. Red is like I don't know. Red
No?
cars are just they look. I don't know. I've never liked red cars, but that's a good question though.
Well, I cannot
But
believe.
yeah, red. I chose red for Growth Academy. It's bold. We're actually doing a rebrand, and we have new products coming out in June. So
Okay.
it's we're taking it to the next level.
I love it. So where do people need to go to find out about these new programs and what you got going on? If they want to do the 21-day challenge or one of your new programs, where should they go?
Yeah, they should just go to growthacademy.global.
growthacademy.global. Joanne, can you put that in the comments for us? That's growthacademy.global. Guys, if you're not already following Shanae, you need to go ahead and follow her. Let's get her up to 1 million. That'd be nice. Get her up to 1 million here this month, huh?
Oh yeah, I'll reach it this month.
That's awesome. I love it. I love the progress. I love what you're doing, and I just want to see what the audience. Yeah, they love it too. So you're a big hit today. Apparently, they're all look all ages too. See, all ages love Shanae. See that? Today was a lot of fun. This hour just flew by, guys. Thanks to everybody watching. Sorry I didn't get a chance to read all your comments, but we did get a chance to get quite a few. We did get quite a few. But thank you for doing it.
Thank you for
being here.
everyone who engaged.
Exactly. Thank you for everyone who engaged. Shanae, thank you for giving your hour to us and taking this time with us. You're awesome.
Thank you, Rollis. I appreciate the invite to the show.
And I look forward to having you back.
Of course. Just let me know when.
You know what? Don't be surprised. I'll come back for sure. All
And
right, guys.
let me know how that recruiter show goes with the nurses.
Absolutely. And somehow we're going to figure out a way to get you involved with that too somehow. Just because you're my muse. But anyway, thank you very much.
All right, awesome.
Appreciate you. Let's say bye to everyone. I want you to stand for just a second, Shanae.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, Jonathan's gonna let me know when it's okay to hit the off button here. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome.
Bye.
Let me know, Jonathan.
You're good now, Rollis.